everyone, Steve the Amateur Historian. Just want to say before today's video gets going, if you like my channel, you want to help it grow, help it blossom, help me produce more content, remember to like, share, subscribe. Hit up my Patreon, the link to that is in the description below, as well as the link to my Instagram if you want to see some other stuff that I've done more in picture form. And all that said, let's get to today's video. I need to really start hoofing it. I just checked my Google Maps and I've got a long way to go till literally the next road I come to that I can cross to go south. I've barely even infringed on the general vicinity of the Portland International Airport. I have so much further to go to get all the way around it. Oh, hello, bird. And it's like 5:15 p.m. right now. It's gonna be dark, or it's gonna be sunset in like 80 minutes or so. It doesn't look like it, but about 80-90 minutes it's gonna be sunset, and then it's gonna be dark, and then I'm just gonna be wandering in the dark. I don't want to be wandering in the dark, and I don't really love, not that I feel I can't ride these e-scooters in the dark, I just don't trust traffic to see me, even with that nice little light they have up front of the scooter. So I need to start moseying along. And I mean, most of what you see here isn't really, you know, it's the same. Is that a pack of... Somebody shoved a pack of cigarettes into that. If that isn't grade A dickery, I don't know what is. Private plane in the sky. Where are you going, Mac? Ooh. Always a damn mattress. No matter where you are. So we're finally, I could see like the tower from the airport, so we're very slowly elevating to road level. And I can actually see a piece of the airport. So this is, I think this is Vancouver, like the eastern portion. There's a barge up there. Yeah, I really kind of bit off a little more than I could chew with this little venture. I realized by the time, like the first street that pops out that I can go down, that I was going to go down, is 42nd, Northeast 42nd. Which even by the time I get there, I'm going to be so far away from home. Like, there will be a fairly expensive Lime scooter ride in my future. But actually, I don't know if like I'm a preferred rider now or something with Lime, but you know, it's like 29 cents a mile. That's what I understand the pricing to be, and my previous rides have bore that out. So it's like you get a little more, you get maybe like 3.5 miles or 3.5 minutes. 3.5 minutes of ride time per dollar you spend. And the scooter ride I did earlier was about 15 minutes, but I only got charged like $3.40. So that almost implies like I was like almost 5 minutes for $1. So I don't know if like I was riding during some specialty ride time, or I've ridden them enough that like they're giving me a break on something. I really don't know why my scooter ride was so cheap. earlier today, which is good because I'm probably literally gonna get a scooter and then the battery's gonna die on it before I get home because I'm gonna get a scooter so freaking far away from home. Aww. Ray loves Mary. Well, isn't that just sweet? Good for them. Bitter much? What the hell kind of abandonment is this? There's just a boat floating down. I don't know, there might be someone around the corner here, but there's just a boat here. It's like a yellow, box there. Looks like there's not much in it. Doesn't look like it's tied to anything of significance. What the hell? Is anybody missing a tannish boat with a yellow box on it? It's probably tied down. It looks like it's not moving with the current. But what the hell? Like, what is that? Ghost boat? And there's nobody. I'm just making sure there's nobody dead on the rocks. Because, yeah, I could see any of that from here. I'm as bewildered as the next guy. It could easily be an abandoned boat. And, there's like docks right here where people would put their boats. Maybe their boat got loose and came down here. They put their boat here. I don't know. See, now that I'm seeing these docks here, I'm feeling a little bit better about that. But I'm just like, whew, what was that all about? I don't know, man. Sketchy stuff happening along the Columbia. Here we go. We're finally coming up to street level. That's what I've been waiting my whole damn life for. And there is the Portland International Airport on just the other side of Marine Drive. You can finally see it. I'm actually a good ways past it. But oh man, we got a plane taking off. What timing on my part? You are cleared for takeoff, sir. Or maybe you are. Come on, Delta. Give me some good footage. Of course, the one time I'm in a perfect position to get a plane taken off and none of these bastards will depart. Like most airports, Portland International Airport takes up a lot of space. It goes all this land is like airport land. Well, you need a lot of room to take off when you're flying like a bat out of hell. But I gotta traverse all of this, and it's almost 5:30. I want to take more time to see the planes, but I am in a race against sunlight. So I can't complain too much. I got a few planes, Could have been worse. This would have been a great adventure to go on if I'd woken up at like 9 in the morning. You see how close that sun's getting to the horizon? We're gonna be at sunset in about an hour. And then you have a little bit more time after that before it's legitimately dark. That's about all I got going for me. I was so far away from home. I just checked my map app again, trying to get a vibe for where I'm gonna be. One of the benefits is I'm so far away from home that by the time I start going south, I'm actually gonna be pretty far west of the really the more sketchier parts of Northeast Portland, but I really gotta hoof it because I'm probably still about, I'm just guessing, I don't really know what numbered street I'm lined up with right now, but I'm probably still about minimum 15 minutes away from 33rd, which is the first road we come to where I can actually start going south, and we're on the other side of this mother effing airport. So just to mind you, in addition to the fact that we are numerous blocks north of where I live, I'm gonna start going south finally at 33rd, and I live off of 106th. By the time I get to that intersection, because I'm constantly, at this moment, I'm getting further and further away from where I live. It got to a point I should have just turned around and started going back, but now I'm closer to 33rd than I am to... life doesn't make sense anymore to me. So, yeah, by the time I get to that point, which it's going to be like pretty much around 6 o'clock by then, I'm still going to be like at least like 120 blocks away from home. Unless like I was to go diagonal, but that's not really an option considering there's lots of freeways and stuff to get in the way, but I'll figure this out. Ooh! Going to exotic destinations, are we? I'm cracking. Like, I legitimately am wondering what time I'm gonna finally make it home. I don't have time. Alright, so the plan is, ooh, look at this little spit. I don't know what I'm calling it that, like I know. I gotta get off of here. It's too windy. I'm such a runny nose. Okay, so I'm kind of getting close to 33rd finally. I've still got maybe 30, maybe 40 minutes before actual sun behind the clouds. I'm gonna turn off at 33rd, eventually make my way down to 42nd, and I can beeline 42nd down towards the Hollywood district, because that's kind of the first real area where there's any scooters around, and that is... I mean, once I start beelining it south, it's not super far, but my hope is I'll have a scooter in that area by nightfall, and I always get myself into these situations. So I just made sure to text my girlfriend and let her know of my current predicament. Yeah, it's hard to know how stressful this situation's gonna be till I know where I'm at come official nightfall. Hell yeah, brother. Kinda, I don't know. That was kind of a little scooter. Kind of like that air raid siren scooter I heard earlier. That's gonna stay in my brain tonight and give me horrid nightmares. Oh God, I want to get off that. I'm so tired of getting... The wind is always blowing from the east to the west, but of course, now that I'm walking west, the air is coming from the west and just plastering my face constantly. So, you know, there's like nothing out here. This is still like airport land. So I still gotta traverse that and keep a watch on my map, because it's not like there's just gonna be a big sign that says, "You've come to 33rd." I gotta make sure I don't overrun it, because time is of the essence. And I've done enough dumb shit today. God. Yeah. What? It's just a random pull-up spot? What is this, some Baywatch stuff? Just want to hang out down by the beach and do some lifts, some pull-ups, because I'm a badass. Okay, so we're about to cross over the bridge, Marine Drive. And then I still have a ways to go this way before we even get to 33rd, so... Son of a bitch. I want to at least get past Columbia, because I have to meander through a bunch of industrial stuff, more homeless stuff, and I'd rather not be doing that when it's dark. And once I get past Columbia Boulevard, which is just the other side of all this stuff, then it becomes more residential, and then, you know, I feel a lot better walking through... Oh man, someone's smoking weed. I feel a lot more better about, you know, traversing residential neighborhoods as it's getting dark than being more around this industrial stuff where I know for a fact there's a lot more homeless people, there's a lot more sketchiness. down, and there's a lot fewer people around to help you if you scream. Is that like the second time I've used that verbiage today? Apparently I have a lot to scream for today. But yeah, we're gonna kind of go into this field, so I guess this is kind of more or less the end of the international airport. And blah, blah, blah. And it's a place for people to come and park. There's a little signboard here. I wonder what this is all about. Not that I have a lot of time to invest into it anyway. Firearms created alarm. Man, this is just some dumb gun shit. I'm not in the mood. Okay. Great, another spot for people to not pay attention. Oh, that's awesome. This thing doesn't even... So apparently you're just kind of on your own. Oh, thank you. Ah, good people. Good people. Good, decent American people. All right. God dang it. Is that Mount Tabor? No. Am I that far away from home that that's Mount Tabor? I don't know. That could be something else. That could be Powell Butte. Maybe that's Mount Tabor. No, that's a... Ah! God. I'm cracked. You know, my girlfriend's parents... Well, when I say her parents, I mean her mom. Mo, I've always said... you know, if you ever get yourself into a dire position, call us and we'll come get you. This is about as close as I've been to having to need to do that. So you got so I don't know if this is, there's still a fence here. I don't know if this is still airport property. It almost kind of is inferred that it is. I don't know. So yeah, I've still got several freaking blocks to go before I get to 33rd. And yeah, again, maybe 20 to 30 minutes of direct sunlight left. Good God. I've got to get my priorities together, because this is like every other vlog video as I end up going somewhere I don't plan on ending up, or I assume. My radar for how long it's going to take to do something on foot is it's never been accurate. Because I know I can walk a block in a little under a minute. So I think I just use that math and apply it to everything. So I'm like, oh, it's only 70 blocks. I'll do this easily in an hour. But then you never know if this is going to come up and mess with you, or that's going to come up and mess with you. And here I am. I should be back down in civilized Portland at this point. And no, I'm just out here in the sticks. And I'll never learn. That's until someone tries to murder me. Then it's like, all right, everything must change today. So if I had to guesstimate, I have probably about 12 more blocks to walk before I hit 33rd, which means it's going to be pretty close to, I think it like just hit 6 o'clock. So it's going to be about 6:15 before I even get to 33rd. It's probably going to be at least 6:30 by the time I get to Columbia Boulevard. So maybe I'll be all right. Holy crap. This place is still around. This is still here. Even in COVID, it's surviving. There's vehicles parked around it. Oh, man. So my mom moved here in the early 80s. She worked just about every restaurant there is. I remember she worked at Caro's. She worked at Pier 101. She worked at the Old Country Kitchen. But this is Salty's. She worked here, too. I always remember my mom being like, oh, blah, 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 back when I worked at Salty's. Now, I didn't, now I realize that Salty's is like, salty sea dog. I always thought it was just a reference to like salt, or like Salty's was just like the boss's name or something. Wow. God, I am really far away from home. Whoa, where'd you come from, big fella? It was all quiet till you showed up. Why are you departing so late? The airport is like way over there. What are you up to? Well, I don't really have time to find out. But yeah, hell yeah. Friggin' Salty's on the Columbia. Oh my God. I see 33rd. I can see it. I see vehicles crossing up there. I finally see it, and I finally made it now that the sun is, oh my God. Oh no, I'm at the point that the sun is low enough in the sky that it's hiding behind trees now and it's all dark. By the way, because if that's the airport, that's Mount Tabor. Do you see how far away that is? I live about 30 blocks past that. That's how far away from home I am right now. And the sun is about to set. It's low enough that these trees are obscuring it. But I'm fine. This is 33rd right here, so I'm finally coming to 33rd. So I may still get past Columbia with it only being like marginally dark. And I know for a fact that this phone doesn't do great in colder weather, and it's already down to like 35% battery life, so there probably ain't gonna be too much battery life left in this phone. So this vlog may literally involve the use of 3 cameras, because I just switched to my other iPhone for a while because this battery was getting low real quick. But I gotta save that battery, and this one ain't gonna last much longer either. So I may end up busting out my GoPro to video stuff, which sucks, because the GoPro ain't that great in the dark. But I'm working with what I got. Jeez. Fortunately, if I'm remembering Google Maps right, and I'm probably not, 33rd, there's not really a whole lot along there. Just a lot of fields and trees. And problem is, I think there's kind of a complicated intersection when we get to Columbia Boulevard, but I'm sure I can traverse that. I've probably dealt with worse. Oh, son, don't leave me, son. I need you. You're the only thing that makes me feel safe in this world anymore. God, I'm being very dramatic. I'm at that point where I'm really ready to like not be walking anymore. Like, my legs are fine, everything's, doing good. I'm just kind of ready to be done. Well, I've probably walked at least like 8, 9, maybe 10 miles so far. So I'm ready to be done. I'm getting thirsty, I'm definitely getting hungry, and I'm so cold and so far away from home. What the F is this big son of a bitch? Just a elevated manhole cover thing. Alright, whatever floats your boat. There's also all this like ongoing mask paraphernalia that literally is going like the whole stretch of this path. Like every quarter mile I see some more mask paraphernalia. We got a little, what's this? Got some like big tanks over here. We got is this more gun stuff? Deasing collection. Okay, so some airport stuff. Yeah, so this is 33rd, this overpass. So I busted out my other iPhone and literally went from 35. It was at about 50%. When I turned it back on, it was at 35, and it went down to 15% just in like less than 5 minutes. It does not do well when the weather gets cold. So probably gonna have to switch over to my GoPro, which I think my GoPro's only like, I don't know. I mean, I think it's got like half a battery, so I mean, not terrible, but I guess you just wrap around and does this, yeah, I think it joins the road. I'll be like, I want to be wandering in on somebody's farm over here, over yonder. Is this even like really a road? I guess so. Oh boy, we are officially at the like 11th hour. The sun is officially not visible anymore. It's just flashing some brightness in the sky. That means I got what? Not a lot of time before it's dark. And I know it's mostly industrial and open fields, but I still don't as a whole really know what lingers ahead of me. Guess we'll find out. No parking. Yeah, no shit. Hello, GoPro. It has become a very long day. I've been walking so long and vlogging so much, I traversed the whole Portland International Airport. Now I'm trying to walk south and get myself a scooter. So there's one in the vicinity of 42nd near Killingsworth. I'm probably still like 20-25 minutes away from there. But I am in, I mean, this is like farming land, but I'm still technically like in the industrial area. I'll hopefully get across Columbia Boulevard before it gets totally dark, and then I'm just gonna get myself one of those scooters. I'm pretty sure that's a dead body in that bag. I don't even think the dynamics are right. Oh God. Columbia River Correctional Institute. Great. So I'm next to like a prison or jail prison. I didn't even know there was one up here. Great. So if anybody escapes that, I'm probably going to be the first person they snatch up off the streets. I already am not feeling the safest I've ever felt. Now I got to know that's nearby. All right. Broadway cab, give me a ride. Can I get one for the... Oh, God. Sorry, I got my hair in my mouth. Can I get a ride for the price on the house? Ah, he's too far gone. Ooh, the Oregon Army National Guard. Okay, so if the criminals come from that direction and try to get me, the Army people will protect me. I guess. Oh, boy, we got a big old... I don't know what the F this is. Mask back on. What the hell is this? It's like a bunch of beat up cars and a boat. Son of a bitch. But like both sides. God, this is just like a massive. Great, let everybody know you're here. Yeah. Some burned out cars. I'm just gonna come out and say it, I'm genuinely kind of scared right now. Like, just, there's clearly a lot of homeless people along this stretch. Well, I guess the Army, the National Guard is here, but yeah, this is lined. Like, look at this. I guess these are the bougie homeless people because they're all living out of their RVs. Yeah, but I'm ready to, like, I have a knife in my bag. I have things to protect myself. Like, I'm in full, like, protection mode, fight or flight mode. Granted, one of the benefits for me is I can probably run a lot faster than these people. Probably. Yeah, this is just a big old homeless stretch. At least it's not pitch black dark yet. This just goes on forever. At least if you look off this way, you got some pretty scenery. You know, a little something to take away from the torridness of the scenery. Fortunately, like when I was first walking in, it was kind of like, wow, really? Now my GoPro battery's almost dead. Everything's dying on me. Oh wow, there's a sign for Concordia University, which of course closed down earlier this year. I wonder if that could be why there's a lot of people out here. Oh boy. I literally walked into the middle of the street into like the pseudo turn lane. So it's just like, I'm not dealing with this. really stinks around here. Yeah, this is, of course I have to go around this corner now. So, I mean, it does look like things are finally breaking up, but I'm just kind of a little pissed at myself. You know, I shouldn't have allowed that situation to happen, because, you know, as much as I speak in defense of homeless people, when you have that many people, you know, along a stretch of road, and inevitably, you know, some of them are going to have issues. And I'm this guy, I'm like the only person walking through the area that clearly isn't homeless. You know, would have been very possible for someone to mess with me. Unfortunately, it seemed like most people weren't even outside. So it was very quiet walking through there, but it's kind of effing unnerving at the same time. And I shouldn't have put myself in that position. When I do elongated walks like these, I gotta wake up early enough. I gotta know where I'm going. I figured there'd be some semblance of homelessness in this area, but my God, that was like crazy how many people there were. And it seems like the road really tightens up, so they probably can't. There'll probably be more vehicles along this stretch, but they can't park them here. You park your vehicle and it's sticking out in traffic, first thing someone's gonna do, you know, someone's gonna complain, the cop's gonna come run you off, whatever. Bunch of trash. Yeah. Okay. And then it's all pretty over here, but yeah, that was, I never should have put myself in a position to have to deal with that. And I'm getting to a point where I can't see very well with my sunglasses on anymore. So I'm gonna have to take them off, even though I'm wearing them for protection more than style. But just, yeah, that was legitimately, that legitimately was kind of, what's the right word? Bothersome to me. Like, I'm sure I probably could have outrun anybody that was gonna come up to me. I have protection, but you just never know what one given person might do. So, here's to hoping I'm almost to freaking Columbia, because it seems like every street I go down, it takes like 3 times longer than I feel like it should to get where I'm trying to go. God, I'm gonna be spending a lot of money on a scooter. And also, I pulled my GoPro out and filmed with it briefly as I was walking through there. And my GoPro battery was about half full earlier. Now it's like borderline dead. So, I pretty much have very little left to go on. Because I have to save up much of this phone's battery. And my other iPhone's almost dead, and my GoPro's almost dead. So, from this point on, I really am only gonna video if something really crazy happens. And since there isn't a horde of homeless people running after me, for the moment, there's nothing too out of the norm to report. All right, that was Columbia. This is probably Lombard, I think, unless this is Columbia and that's some other road, but I'm pretty sure that's Columbia and that's Lombard. So I'm finally getting back into some semblance of a residential world. This Aladdin place smells amazing. I'm very hungry, but okay, so I'm on Holman Street. Not that that means a lot to me. I'm gonna cut around the back side of Fernhill Park, which is the park on the back side of where John Adams High School once was, became a middle school, got closed down, and that was the school. Again, I'm gonna be doing an in-depth video on this at some point, but that is where the school was that was used in Gus Van Sant's film Elephant. I did a video out there a little while back while I was catching footage for that project, and I'm gonna get to it at some point. There's a lot going on, but I'm prepared to go on it. I'm not like at the beginning phase where I don't have anything. I have pretty much all the visuals I need. And anyway, so the closest scooter has been just the other side of the park. It's been there for about 20 minutes. It hasn't moved. Hopefully that doesn't mean it's broken, because all things considered, and regardless of the fact that it's purely my responsibility that I got myself stuck so far from home, even at this point in the day, I'm really not in a mood to play freaking every other scooter right before I get there. Someone else grabs it like I did on my last walk. I'm really not in the mood. So hopefully it's still there when I get there. I'm like 5-6 blocks away, and hopefully it works when I get there, and then I should be pretty good. Even if the battery doesn't get me all the way there, it should get me most of the way. So I don't know how well it's showing up, but this is Fernhill Park. It's all in the dark now, but anyway, I just gotta get like through here to the other side. So I'm gonna cut through the park even though it's like dark as hell in here, because that'll save me like a minute or two. While someone else will probably still get to that scooter before me. Okay. I'm also trying to evade some people. Like, not for like my safety, but for their peace of mind. There's like a woman that I think might think I'm following her, which obviously I'm not, but so I'm trying to like steer wide. And you know, I don't like it when I think someone's following me, so you know, it makes me feel good to know that they're not directly behind me or directly in my path. I try to do that for the people. Okay, so I'm coming up to 42nd, popping out through the trees. Yeah, it's kind of sketchy because there's either nobody here or everyone's oh God, this just dips down. This is like a big dip in the land. But yeah, this will save me at least like a minute or two. God, I hope that oh, it's a dog. I was like, who is that? It's just a mutt. Somebody's dog running free. Okay, so it shouldn't be too far up here. Maybe a block or two. God, please still be here. I mean, after walking like 12 miles, I'm surprisingly energized, but I'm also ready to like seriously go home. I'm actually surprised it's like 7 now and there's still light. Well, I just got the best news I could have gotten. Not only is there one scooter up here right around the corner, there's 2 of them, both reportedly with fully charged batteries. So now literally 2 people would have to come along and take it. I'm certainly not going to try to tempt that kind of fate, but I do feel a little bit better knowing that there's 2 scooters. So yeah, they should be right across the street up here. They better be, I swear to God. Lime scooters. This is pretty. A little bit of color in the sky still. There's a lot of people out here. The other side of the park where it's dark, there's like nobody, but it's actually a lot of people walking the track. Oh, well, there's a dog park here. Okay. Oh boy. Okay, so I gotta get. I think I see them. Of course, here comes a bunch of freaking cars. Why do you have to stop me from getting what I want? And they're all perfectly spaced, so I can't get across. This is unreal. It's like the world knew. I just want to get across this street. There's not even that much traffic on this street, and I can't get across it. Praise Jesus. There we go. I think I see him. I'm not even walking anymore. I'm running. It's like I'm meeting my child for the first time. Steady. Okay. There they are. Holla frickin' Luya. You have no idea how happy I am to see you, boys. You better stop, car. I swear to God. Oh boy. All right. Just what the doctor ordered. All right, now we're ready for that. I just gotta watch out for the traffic now. Can't rely on them to watch out for me. See you at home. Oh my God, my hands are frozen. So I pulled that feed off. I killed it. That was one of the greatest rides I've done. I got from Fernhill Park, which is eons from here, to Spot right around the corner from my place in 37 minutes. And I gotta be getting some special deal, or like Wednesdays or special days, I don't know, because 37 minutes, that was like, it said like $6.40 for the ride. So either I'm using them enough that they're giving me like a benefit, because that should have been about like a $13 ride. So it's like I got half off. Oh boy, my back and my legs are tight, but oh man, even in the dark of night, I killed it. Even with some drivers trying to put me in peril. So yeah, you know, you can see my face. I don't know, there's a face here somewhere. But yeah, you know, like some busy streets, they'll have like the dotted line, like it's 2 lanes, but it's only like when you come to a busy intersection, it's mostly for cars to turn or cars to merge. And then there'll still be the 2 lines, but like there's still only 1 lane of traffic. The lane up against the sidewalk, there's cars parked there. Like, you're not supposed to keep driving. There's a guy flying up behind me. There's a car parked on the road right in front of me. I literally had to turn down a side street because I was like, he's not even paying attention that he's not supposed to be riding here. He's supposed to merge into this lane, and I turned down a side street so he wouldn't sandwich me into the car in front of me. Anyway, good times. Kinda. Oh. All right, everybody, I made it home. I have my electric blanket on because it's getting cold at night, and the temperature alone had probably dropped down to close to 50, and there I was flying down the street, 15-mile-an-hour wind in the face. But at least I made it home. Yeah, take away some lessons from this, because even as someone who's been doing this a long time, sometimes I get kind of lazy about time and preparation, and sometimes, you know, I wake up and I'm like, I just want to go out for a walk, and I forgot the days aren't as bright as they are or have been in the past, and, you know, you got to be prepared when you're going in an area you haven't been through before, that you're going to go through an area you haven't been through before. So, you know, I ended up dealing with a lot of stuff that I really rather have not had to deal with, but those were all the results of the decisions I made, foolish though some of them were. And, you know, I guess I'm so grateful that I have some interesting, mildly dramatic content that I could bring to you, but I really wish I hadn't ended up stuck in that area where all those homeless RVs were. Fortunately, it seems like a lot of the people were just inside. I only saw 3 or 4 people actually outside, but there were stresses with the day, and a lot of that came from not really thinking ahead, not keeping track of time, not pre-planning, and not just being fully prepared for what you can face when you go out there for a random exploration. And the fact that the sun ain't out till 9-10 o'clock at night anymore. You know, it's set at about 6:30, 6:40. So when you're not leaving till about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, even though I thought it was 2 at first for some reason, you're not going to have a lot of time. And it took forever to traverse that damn airport. But anyway, I made it home. It was a solid day. I walked about 11 miles. And now I'm just going to chill and eat some food and relax and be grateful that I made it home. You know, aside from the things that went astray today, my scooter ride home was about as straightforward, easy as they come. I made it home in about 37 minutes. So it wasn't all bad. But still, learn from my mistakes. Be prepared when you go out there. Even if you feel like you're walking through an area that's like, it's in this city, I'll be okay. Just be prepared, because stuff happens. And that is my lesson for all of you. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. This was a pretty packed adventure. So as I said, the last therapy walk I did, I was like, when these long ones happen, I'm going to split them in two. So this is the dramatic conclusion to that. And remember, as always, to like, share, subscribe, hit up my Patreon so I can keep going out and messing my life up. And till next time, everyone, thank you again for watching. This has been Steve the Amateur Historian.